Welcome back to Two Tall Stitchers. She didn't know I started. I'm not going to cut out the beginning.
Hi.
We didn't drink for lunch. It's mid-afternoon. But hi, everybody. Welcome back to Two Tall Stitchers. I'm Jennifer. This is my mom, Carol. And we're happy that it's almost fall. The front's supposed to come through tonight or tomorrow. It's raining today. We really need the rain. I think a lot of us, like, it's either feast or famine. You either need no more rain or you need a lot of rain, and we're in the latter category.
Yep.
So September 22nd, as we filmed this in the afternoon, we had lunch together. We just went through all the comments.
Which took forever. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We love all the comments.
Yes, thank you so much. We put a little bit of a plea out last time to please interact, and you did. And we heard several people who said that they hadn't seen us for a while and they were glad to see us again in the feed. So thank you very much.
Yes.
We appreciate it.
And we love your comments. We love to read them.
Yes.
We were especially chuckling a lot today.
Yes, very
The ones
fun.
who told Jennifer she didn't look 50.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. And also for all the people who told me their 50s were great. So that's nice.
It's only a number.
Yeah, so we have a lot of things to go through today. And I'm going to start with something that's not on our agenda, but we just talked about, and we'll try and get through it. But 10 years ago today, we lost my aunt, my mom's sister, Diane. She was a great aunt. She was so fun, and she fought ALS the end of her life. One of the bravest people I know.
Yep.
And we miss her a lot.
We do.
And she would have loved our quilt of the day, because she loved decorating for the holidays.
She did.
So why don't you tell them about our quilt of the day, and then we'll go back to the agenda.
Our quilt of the day is called Fireworks. And I made it, I don't know when.
Many years
ago.
Yeah.
She found it going through the crib a couple months ago. So I've gotten quite a few done since then. You'd be amazed.
Yeah. The top was finished, but you had never quilted it.
Yeah. So Pam quilted it for me, and it's a really pretty pattern. It's got a moon and stars, and I love it. And you know I like patriotic stuff, so it's
okay. Now it's perfect.
Is it perfect now? Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait. Okay.
It's perfect, except that I'm not supposed to say this. It's upside down. I Googled it to find out the name. It's called Fireworks, and I looked at it and I thought, God, that looks funny. And then I realized that wasn't funny. It's mine that's funny.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's done. It's finished. Maybe someday I'll sew a sleeve and turn it around, but I don't think you can really tell the difference. It's still stars and it's still pretty. And I'm really delighted to have it done and out of the crib.
And this was, I remember you bought it as a kit at the back door many years ago. It might have been a birthday purchase, so you got your birthday discount.
Yeah.
I don't know that they still have the pattern or have the kits, but if you're interested in it, you could certainly call the back door and see if they still stock these. I haven't seen them when I've been down there recently, so they probably don't, but they might remember, and you never know. They might have one hiding in the storage room. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, now I'll show you the rest of my shirt, which says, if you see my seam ripper, it's not a good time. My mom gave me this shirt. She doesn't remember where it came from.
Nope. Sorry.
So if you see it, grab it. So we'll start with thanks to anybody new who's watching for the first time. Thanks to everybody who's come back. And just thank you to a few of our new subscribers. Thanks for watching. Heidi, Gina, Pam, Sandy, Carolee, Nancy, Joan, and Cheryl, and everybody else who's hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate you. We also had a couple mentions in the last few weeks from Allison of Mrs. AZ Family Zoo, who is now long arm quilting. So if you're looking for a long arm quilter, definitely go over, check out her channel. You'll see the quilts that she's done. She also hangs her quilts behind her, and she's been showing close-ups of her quilting. And Helen D. Helen, you mentioned, I'm way behind, but I know you mentioned us because you showed our needle minder.
Yes. Yeah. On one of your pieces.
So thank you. We're glad you're enjoying it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to say hi to several of you who came in the shop. That was kind of neat. Hi to Susan B. and Terry from Mackinac Island. She was down again for another I think it was like a scrapbooking type retreat or something. I can't remember exactly. She was telling me, but I've slept since then. But anyway, she's at a camp that's actually like 5 minutes from my house. And also Holly from Hobbies of Holly, who came to our retreat with her best friend Tam, who we haven't seen either one of them since. But
well, you've seen Holly now.
Yeah, but now I've seen Holly,
Yeah.
so it was great. You were in the store the other day. It was so good to see you again. Too bad Tammy wasn't with you, but I know she'll show up again someday.
But
and
Kim was with her.
And Kim came.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim came, so she was there. And who else? Nancy in my stitch group, who was great. And since I was working alone, brought me lunch.
Yeah,
so that was
nice.
Really nice. So I've had a lot of great visits in the store lately, and thanks for all coming in, and it's great to see all of you.
Yeah. And for those who aren't nearby, you can always call on Fridays if you're not doing much.
And just talk to me.
Just talk to her. I mean, she appreciates it if you like order something when you talk to her, but
you can just say hi.
Just say hi. Yeah. And then you've been watching some Flosstubes. Like I said, I'm still catching up from like the Olympics, vacation, summer.
So am I.
I don't know if I'll ever catch up.
I'm still watching tennis. I haven't finished the Olympics. I've got some of the Paralympics. I mean, it's just insane.
But you fit in some new Flosstubes.
Yes.
Tell me what you've been watching.
I watched Unfinished Stitches, which is another mom and daughter, and Madison is the daughter, and I've totally blanked on the mom's name, but they're in different cities. And so when they shoot, they're in 2 different locations, but they're fun to watch because they do tons of stuff. Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
They stitch, they quilt, let's see, Madison was doing rug, punch needle.
Oh, nice.
She's doing, oh God, the other day I was like, how do you do this and still find time to breathe? And so, that was fun to watch them. And then I watched Sassy Jack's Stitchery and Yonder Ways. And that was fun. She showed a little bit of the old house that they remodeled, and it's just gorgeous. It's really pretty. And so someday we'll get there.
Yeah, it's not too far from here.
No, not really.
Yeah, we've been down there before, but did we even know about it when we went down last time? I don't know. We went with the whole family.
Open.
Oh,
it wasn't
okay.
open. It wasn't open.
Okay.
Okay, and then Lissa, who won one of our coasters, sent us this lovely thank you note.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, Lissa. That was very nice. Appreciate your note and your kind words. And we do save all our notes.
Yeah.
So that,
I haven't seen that one, so leave that
that's
out.
right. Yeah, you can look at it.
Yeah.
And then I have an apology to make from last time. I showed you some Christmas ornaments that I said I was watching, and I said I was watching Helen D, and I had to stop and order them. I was wrong. So, Helen, you didn't enable me this time, but it was Kathy from Two Needles Pulling Thread. Thanks, Kathy. Because I told Missy that I couldn't watch them anymore because I kept getting enabled, and then turned around and said it was Helen who did it. So please accept my apology, Helen, and Kathy, stop showing neat stuff.
You know what? We should probably start a Flosstube or a hashtag on Instagram that says something like, it's a Flosstuber's fault. Like,
that'd be great.
Hashtag, it's a Flosstuber's fault. If you buy something, stitch something, start something, finish in a certain way.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So we'll start that right now.
Yep.
It's a Flosstuber's fault if there's something. You can't do the apostrophe because hashtags don't do apostrophe.
They don't do.
But we all know your grammar's okay, and you're saying it is, not it's. We're a little bit of grammar police over here.
Yeah. I used to have a red pen.
Yes,
Still
she
do.
did. Let me tell you, when I wrote papers in high school, they got marked up really well. I never got points taken off for grammar because she caught it all.
Yeah. And that was before computers.
Yeah.
They were all handwritten out and typed.
Well, you used to type my papers
because
she was a secretary and she was so fast, you guys. Just brrrr. And I would come in and I would say, I have to do a 3-page typed paper, and I would be sitting back there going, click, click, click. She would be like, no, you just give me your written paper, and like 5 minutes later it would be done with no errors. It's great.
Yeah.
Yep. I can type okay now though.
Yeah, you're better. Yeah, you're better.
One more thank you. I think I mentioned last time that our dog Grace had not been feeling well. She's doing better. She'll live with a few things for the rest of her life.
Special food.
Special food.
Dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs.
But it's totally worth it because
she's a sweetheart.
Pets make all the difference in our lives.
She's a sweetheart.
She's doing better. She took the world's slowest walk yesterday because she wanted to sniff everything. And of course, it was when I needed to get out and be somewhere in the morning.
But that's great because she has not been interested in lots of lately. She's been going out. She's been doing her business and said, "I'm done," and comes back in. So not a long walk is not a complaint. It's a happy.
Not a complaint at all. You have a previous finish to share.
Yes, I do. I just thought I would share it with you because by the time we film the next time, it'll be downstairs. But I don't know if I've shown you this before, but don't ask me. I have the pattern maybe somewhere. I don't know. But I did this back in Houston, and I think it's neat because I think the frame is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bat keeps falling off, but today I got at it with a screwdriver and took off all the old glue on the bat and the tree. And he better stay now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love him. She'll sit on my
your mantle.
My hearth.
Yeah.
Not my mantle.
Oh, the hearth.
She's too big, the hearth.
Yeah.
And she'll be there for the next month.
Super cute.
So
yeah.
So that's
I wonder, do we even know? There's no information on this.
No.
This was back in the day. Somebody made a lot of these that went and you made a bunch of them that go in a frame that was made specifically for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's my previous finish. I was just digging around, and I have my boo pillow. I didn't dig out. I've got some other Halloween things. I know it's October at the end of the week.
I think we've done a Halloween projects like.
I'll have to look and
show
see.
it all. If we'll have to
look. If we didn't, we'll do a Halloween haul. Or
all
Halloween
the stuff we've made.
Yeah, because we have a lot.
I feel like we did it last year or the year before. We'll have to look. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Life updates. Tennis.
And more tennis.
Yeah. It's my son's senior year tennis season. He's had anywhere between 2 and 4 matches each week. I was thinking, is it even 2? It's at least 3, I think, each week because we've had a lot of Saturdays where they double up. It's been great to watch him. He's been having a challenging but good season. He's playing up. He's gotten pulled up to play the first singles position a couple of times due to injury of the kid who's supposed to play one singles. And he's done really well, and I'm super proud of him. And he's having a great time. And
he's grunting, which is really good because then when he hits it and he grunts, I know he's really working hard. And we go to as many as we can.
Right.
And it's been hotter than Hades. Oh my Lord.
It's been really warm.
You know, when you come home and you have to take off everything you have on and take a shower because everything is soaking wet. Yeah. Well, when you sit there for, what were we there? 5 hours. We got there at 3 and we left at 8.
Yeah.
It was a long...
In the sun.
In the sun. Yeah. The other thing is that he seems to get off to doing last man standing. More than once lately. He's been the last one playing. Match. And then it's not like 6-1, 6-2. It's like, 6-4, 6-5, 7-5.
Yeah.
So they play all the way out. Yeah. And it's like, come on, Jack. Give me a break. But it's fine because I love to watch him. He's improved so much since middle school.
Oh, immensely.
He gets it over the net now, which is really nice.
He can serve. He can return. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes through shoes like crazy.
Yes.
Just bought his second new pair of shoes in the last month.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but his 3rd for the season.
But he plays hard.
Yeah.
He plays hard.
So we're all looking forward to the end of it, but it will be bittersweet as well.
Yeah, it will be.
All right. I don't think any other life updates. It's just regular life
for once,
stuff. Which actually is kind of nice. No big trips, no
you haven't
big
been traveling.
Activities, none of that. So,
Nothing major is broken in my house.
That's good.
The dog has been good. She did get out the other day when the mower was here. They had opened the gate and I didn't know it. And she was over there and she went, whoa!
She took
so
off.
we have a big yard. She circled the entire yard and I thought, oh, where is she going? And she came around and I ran over to the side gate on the other side and I opened. I said, come on in. And she said, okay. And she walked right in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I didn't have to chase her all over the neighborhood.
Yep.
But yeah, she's a sweetie. We're having fun with her. Especially 9 o'clock at night when she barks.
Yes.
I don't know what the deal is, but 9 o'clock
9 o'clock every night. Okay, should we jump into questions?
Sure, we have quite a few.
We have a lot of questions, beginning with our question for you.
This was challenging.
How often do you use the called for floss and fabric? And this was a question from Jeannie. Thank you, Jeannie. This was a fun question and lots of great comments. So I broke up floss and fabrics because most people answered both of them. So we'll start with floss. Overwhelmingly, 84 of you said, yes, you pretty much generally use the called for floss. You like what the designers do. You buy things because you like the colors. You have a lot, but you use the called for floss. Behind that, 32 people kind of yes, but they also only stitch in DMC. And so they'll convert anything that's not DMC to DMC. And one person even said they wouldn't buy a pattern if it didn't have a DMC conversion because they want to be able to convert everything.
And for some of those people, it's because they're not near a store.
Yep.
So DMC is easy to get if you go to a big box store. You can't get that, the other over there. And other people, some from out of the country, say that they don't have a local supplier, and having it mailed to them is way too expensive.
Yeah. And the biggest thing for DMC is economy of scale, right?
Yeah.
Like economy, it's a lot less expensive than the fancy flosses, and people are using whatever money they can to stitch, and so that makes it something they can do. And gosh, the DMC is beautiful. So with what do they have? A million colors? No.
It seems like it.
It seems like it.
I don't know. What did Jenna count for inventory that time?
Oh yeah,
she counted all of them. There were like 1,100 skeins in the drawers. I was like,
over 3,000. Yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of colors. You can stitch amazingly beautiful things with DMC. And 22 said you stitch with called for if you have it. Otherwise, you sub out whatever looks good. And then 11 of you said not really all the time, like you enjoy switching up individual colors, or you switch to a floss that you like better, or something like that. So that's the floss.
And I just want to say I do that with the floss because I was in a coloring cotton club for a while, and then I thought, okay, I have to stop because I have weeks, I have sampler thread, I have coloring cotton, I have classic colorworks, and so now
DMC.
And DMC.
Yeah.
So now
and sulky.
Oh yeah, and sulky, but mostly. Right. And so I am trying to actually use some of those colors I got rather than continuing to expand, unless there's something. I haven't had any patterns lately that I've had to buy for floss for.
Right.
I can usually wing it out of
you can find something
hundreds or thousands that I have here.
And I think somebody, at least one or two people, commented also on having the DMC color card to be able to look for something that's really close in color. If they don't have the exact number, they can go up one or down often. Okay, fabric. Fabric is like the exact opposite of floss. So our number one answers for fabric, 41 people said rarely, seldom, hardly ever, never do they use the called for fabric. And 41 said they will sub or use their stash for something similar. So really 82 of you altogether are very rarely using the called for fabrics because you're either pulling from your stash or you just don't like them. Behind that, 23 will switch for a preferred fabric. So some of those were switching over to Aida because they like to stitch on Aida. Some of those were switching over to even weaves because they like even weave.
Versus linen.
Some were switching to linen if they don't like what's charted. Or a specific count. Also in that is like, I like 16 count the best, so I'm going to switch all my patterns to 16 count. Somebody mentioned a high count, like a 40 count for doll. They like to stitch on that, so they switch things over to that. And then 20 of you said, yeah, pretty much you do use the called for fabric. And 7 said, if I have them, I use it, but otherwise I'll use something else. And what came up there also from outside of the United States is that often it's very hard to find the same dyers in other countries when the fabric is dyed in the US, or it's very expensive to get in the other countries. Somebody commented like, all these patterns call for picture this plus and you can never find it. Right? Some of them are hard to find.
Yeah.
And a lot of people commented kind of like you did with the threads, like they have a lot of stash. They want to use what they've purchased, so they shop there first.
Remember last time?
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you all very much. And hope you enjoyed our question of the day. And now we'll go into other questions. So the first one is from Carla. She wants to know more about library stitching and stitching in Indy that we talked about last time.
Okay, we live on the north side of Indy, but people come from all over. I know one gal comes from the south side. We meet at the Zionsville Library. They have a conversation corner. And we meet on the first and third Saturdays of every month from 10 to 12. And the lighting is great. There's tables, there's plugs if you need to bring a light, a magnifier, you know, a light magnifier or anything like that. And it's a really nice group of people, and we've enjoyed meeting them and getting to know them.
Yeah.
Actually, the gal who was one of the organizers watches our Flosstube, hi Ann, and
She's
so
the one who told you about it.
She contacted me and said we have this group, and we went, and we've been trying to go as much as we can.
Yeah.
We missed on Saturday because we were getting fried at the tennis, but you know, we try and go as much as we can.
Yeah.
So that's fun. And then the Stitching in Indy is actually a group from all over. I know there's one gal that comes from Cincinnati. Somebody else came from like Northern Ohio, Central Ohio. Sorry. People
Dayton,
come from, people come from the northern part of India and everything. It's kind of a general meeting place.
Yeah.
And that is usually every other month. And there's a group on Instagram where she posts that information and everything. Yeah.
I think, is it Sarah that's Engineer the Craft? We'll put her Instagram below, and she's usually the one who shares the dates of the upcoming. The next one is going to be in October when I'm at Quilt Retreat, and they're doing a Stitching at the Movies
somewhere event. It's not near here.
It's in Fowler, Indiana, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Should be interesting. I mean, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Not your kind of movie, but
I can't imagine stitching in a movie theater.
Yeah, but you could knit. You can bring any craft.
Yeah, you can bring anything. Yeah, that would be the thing to do.
I would need my magnifying lamp, so it would be obnoxious. It would be like it always is in my house when the boys want to watch movies, and I'm like, that's fine with me. I'm still stitching.
You have to have a 29-foot extension cord.
Yeah,
I can see you going out to the soda fountain area, you know, snack place, and say, "Can I plug in here so I can plug in my light?" Yeah, that would be fun. They'd love that. Okay, so we've killed that one.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about your quilt from the last time?
So a couple of people asked for the pattern for my quilt from last time, which I did not know when we filmed. I did some searching today, and I found it is from an Evelyn Sloppy book, and I'm almost positive it's from 40 Fabulous Quick Cut Quilts. I will put that in the information below, and I will also go back and put it in the information from last time. I borrowed that book from a friend back when I made the quilt. It's a 2005 book, but it's still available on Amazon. I saw it on Etsy, so you can find it. And there were some good quilts in that book. So if you like scrappy quilts, but like this is scrappy, but it's coordinated scrappy, that would be a great book to pick up. Okay, next one. Gina asked us to talk a little bit about using a frame. She noticed last time we both had projects on frames.
I've used a frame almost since I've started stitching, I think. And then I bought her one when she was a freshman in college. Yeah. I think I told you she called me and said, I'm going to take a class, but I need a frame. And I went to Lee Ward's with my 40 off coupon and bought her a frame, and she still has it.
Yep.
Still uses it
a lot. And I picked up a few more along the way at Stitcher's.
We just like a frame because it keeps the fabric taut. Neither of us are neither of us stitch in hand.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about using a hoop because of the marks. I do use Q-snaps, but I really like a frame because it's easy to take the sides off and roll it up, and you can fit it pretty much in a bag if you want to take it someplace.
Yeah.
And we just have been, and I don't find it hard to hold. Some people complain about holding it. I, so far, knock wood, have not had any issues with my hands as far as stitching. Sometimes if I'm stitching a lot, I can tell my hands get a little, but then I really try and do this as much as I can when I'm stitching to put things down and reach around and everything to keep my fingers limber.
Yeah. I think that I like putting it on some type of frame so that I can stitch two-handed. I really can't do that with the other ways that I stitch. So that's my primary motivation. And it's like, it's all on one piece. You're just rolling it. You're not having to move things. It's bulkier, but I really enjoy stitching on a frame. And if a pattern is big enough, and I have a frame available, I'll load it onto a frame. Yeah.
Dottie had a great question for Jennifer. Yeah,
Dottie asked if I was going to do 50 FFOs for 50 years. Nope.
We both laughed when we heard that one.
No. So Joan told us about sulky filing floss, and we haven't heard of that. I don't think I've heard of it. Have you heard of the filing floss?
No, we don't.
She said it's a little thicker than their cotton floss, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
We'll have to look.
Margaret, if you're watching, do you know about this floss? If you do, bring some next time so we can all see it and then buy it.
Margaret's our great enabler.
Yes.
Thank you, Margaret. Okay, and Wendy was asking about if people use paper or PDF patterns, and we had previously asked that question, and about 80% said they use paper, 20% said they use PDF, and people said if they buy PDF patterns, they print them off so they can stitch.
Except for those that use
Pattern Keeper or something like that. But
markup.
Yeah, if they don't use that. But like I bought a few PDFs, but I print them off.
Yeah.
I'm a kind of like my husband. I have to have the newspaper in my, he has the newspaper in his hand. I have the patterns in my hand.
Yeah.
I don't.
That was Wendy was recommending that as a question, and I thought, I think we've asked this before, so I found the graph, Wendy. I can't tell you which episode it's in, but I found the graph. Jillian also recommended a question for us that we've asked something very similar to before. She asked about kits, and we did ask about how many kits people have in a previous episode, and I think there's something about kits in the title of that one. But that was a fun one too. Some people don't kit very much, and some people kit a lot, Jillian. All right, shall we jump into some stitching?
Sure.
I'm just looking. I wrote a bunch of things down. I think I got them all. Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. All right. You want me to start, or do you want to start?
Why don't you talk about WIPGO first and get it over with, because we always forget.
Okay, so WIPGO. Once again, I use the WIPGO printed sheets from Katie, the thenaptimestitcher, on Instagram and Etsy. We got her name there. And I don't think we talked about it last time. I don't remember. So the numbers for August were 12 and 15, and 12 for me was crochet, and I started my pocket Dracula, which I didn't bring today because I only crocheted 3 rows on, so it's really, in the last couple of weeks, there's not much to show, but hopefully next time I'll have a little guy to show you, even if he's not stuffed and done. And then number 15 was Jenna's choice. Jenna's my daughter. And she told me to do an older FFO I've been putting off. And there might be something you see later, but this one's checked off. Okay. And then September, number 4 was FFO. We'll get to FFOs later. And number 11, work on an unfinished quilt top. I bought fabric to start a new quilt top. That one's unfinished. Does it count?
Nope. Nope.
So this one I'll probably get to when I go to retreat in October. I don't think I'm going to work on an unfinished quilt top. I'll tell you later what I've been sewing on the last week, but that one may be coming in a later month. But other than that, I'm doing well. I don't have a bingo yet. I am very close 2 ways. So hopefully soon. I'm close this way. I'm close
3 ways.
This way,
and at the top.
Oh, and that way.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I still have been working my way back and closing things off that were done, that were called earlier. So last year I think I did like 20 some odd of the 25. So we'll see how I do this year.
Yeah.
And then maybe I should give this update before we go into it. So last time I showed you my finished Santa from Holiday Wishes, and I couldn't find the others. Look what I found. Here. So there they are. there's all 4 of them together. My 8-year project. You should probably switch yours because then, or here, I'll switch mine. There we go. She's probably going to pinch me today. Yeah, so there's my 4 finished Holiday Wishes pieces.
Yeah, they're really cute.
So
really cute.
I found them. Yay. Guess where they were? Right where I put them.
Tell them when you started.
Oh.
Just remind them.
Yes. I started this project February 7th of 2016. I finished the reindeer in 2016, the penguin in 2018, the snowman in 2021, and the Santa in 2024. 8-year project.
Which she was going to give for a Christmas present that year.
If you have a whip that you're like, man, this has been taking a long time, don't feel bad. You can get it done. I dedicated September to a goal of working on some of my bigger pieces to make progress on them. In August, you might remember that I felt like I had too many whips, so I was focused on finishing stuff. Well, what did I finish? A lot of small stuff, not a lot of big stuff. So guess what's left? Big stuff. So I thought in September, let's focus on that. So the first thing I decided to do is another section on Lizzie Kate Green Flippets. This one is called Eat Locally. I started this last weekend and I finished it Thursday or Friday night.
Oh, wow.
It was a longer stitch than I thought it would be, but also a couple nights I came home and literally did like one vegetable after tennis.
Because you were a vegetable.
Because I was tired. So first I will show you this one. This is on 28 count Meadow Rue by Lakeside Linen. So there's Eat Locally. I did have to make an adjustment. So there are 3 greens in this project and my 3 are all very, very similar. And when I got to those little pea pods, they were not showing up. So I went and got the DMC and I used that for the darkest green. And now I think I might have to go back and put it in some of the other ones.
No.
So there's all 5. You can see like in that first one, Planted Tree, the leaves were pretty good. You can see the contrast there, but there's some other places there's supposed to be contrast that you really can't see it. So I may go back and selectively put in the dark DMC. This I am stitching as part of the Lizzie Kate series Sal with my mom and Allison at Mrs. AZ Family Zoo. And she has finished hers. Did she FFO it yet?
Her mom did.
Her mom FFO'd hers. I'm not sure if Allison has FFO'd hers. I can't remember. But I only have one section left. It's something about water. And then the part that goes underneath. So
Save water. Save water.
Save water. And the part underneath the words. So hopefully I will finish that yet this year.
Yeah. So
and then I just wanted to share because I bought this on Stash Unload. I bought these charts and the buttons didn't come with them. So earlier this year, I got this package of buttons from just another button company. They ordered them at Persnickety and I got them. And so it has the flowers that were part of the chart, but it also has hearts, circles, stars, rectangles. So I will use these to fill in where they had the buttons before. Oh, and I think they're the same color. The other buttons were yellow. These are yellow. Close enough. So that's my first whip.
Okay, this is my whip. I also am working on the Lizzie Kate series Sal. And last month I showed you one and I said I didn't think it finished. Well, actually it was. So it was the, what does it say? Brew Some Fun. That was done. And then I finished up Greet a Ghost. And he looks kind of creepy to me. But it's weird eyes. See?
He's wearing sunglasses.
Is that what they are?
I think
okay.
so.
Well, I don't know, but he's a weird ghost.
He's a creepy ghost.
And then I started Howl at, and it's going to be the moon. And once I finish this, I only have one more. And I've been working on the border. You can see I've been bringing it down each time because, you know, you leave the border till the end and then you're nuts. So I did go ahead and finish that. I brought it down and I'll keep working on the border. It goes quickly, except when you put in 3 spaces instead of 2 and then you have to go back and rip it out. But But anyway, so this is coming along, and I think I showed it on Instagram, and I said, I hope I finish it by Halloween, but I think I might.
I think you will.
I think I might.
Yeah, because once you finish some other things, then you'll be focused on that, I bet. You get a little bit monogamous when you're close to finish.
Yes. I'm a semi-monogamous stitcher.
Yeah. My next whip is 324. Someone asked on our last video, what do you mean by 324? This is what I mean. This is the pattern by Works by ABC, Arlene Cohen, and I love working on it.
And say why it's 324.
It's 324 different colors of DMC. And I used to think I had a lot of DMC until I started this project.
Which is amazing because between the two of us, we could start a store.
So I worked on this for like 15 minutes yesterday and then this morning, and I focused in on these 2 rows here. So I'm in the blues and the greens now. This is page 2, so all of page 1 is finished, and then the holes are colors that I don't have. So after we film, I'm gonna look through your DMC to see what you have, and then our friend Karen is giving me snips from her. She has the full
line
collection, so she's sending me little snips to finish things out. So making good progress on that. This is on, I can never remember the name of the fabric. 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana, and I really like stitching on this one. So my plan, I pulled all the threads right there in my project bag that finish out the second page. I think it's just the second page. It may go a little bit onto a third page, the top, so I can go all the way across. So my goal is to work on that all week, this week, and hopefully fill in everything I have, and then I'll go back and fill in the rest later. But I'm having a good time.
It's so pretty. The motifs are really pretty.
Yeah, they're all different so far.
And when you're done, you're done. You know, one color and you're finished.
It's a really fun project to work on. I really enjoy it. So that's 324.
Okay, and then just so I would have something to say, I started because I knew somebody was bringing a lot. I had, I like the shepherd's bush little bags, and this one is called Spooky Stitches bag, and this is a picture of it. And so I started it this morning before she came, and this is as far as I've gotten, but it's a start. And they don't take terribly long, so I'm excited about doing that one.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's the purple. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I stitched the America one, like the 4th of July one, and I just put some batting in it to like fluff it out, and then I put it out in my dough bowl.
Oh, that's
with
a good
my
idea.
Other stuff.
Yeah, if I get this done,
because you don't have
got
to
my Halloween
use
stuff.
it as a bag. You can set it out with your pillows.
Yep, good idea.
Yeah,
good idea, because I do have a bunch of pillows. I mean, a bunch. Yeah, I've got stuff.
Yeah. So
yes, I do.
A couple of weeks ago, probably, because of the Atomic Ranch trunk show that we had at Persnickety, I went through my patterns to try and see what did I need fabric for. And as part of that, I actually pulled fabric for several patterns. So they're all sitting in my basement saying, start me.
That's the trouble when you do that. Yep.
So I have a whole bag of kitted up projects. I'll ask you this question. Are you interested in seeing a bit of a kit parade? I definitely have enough to do one. You might.
Yeah, okay.
So if you want, we could do a kit parade. Let us know in the comments if you'd like one. We'll figure out a time we can do that.
Yeah.
But one of them's not a kit anymore because I started it. So this is Frony Ritter Designs. It's called Thankful. I saw this at Market this year. I'm not sure if it was brand new for this year or last year, and it doesn't have a date on it. Interestingly enough, their pattern, this pattern, I don't know if it's all of theirs, is stitched with Sullivan threads. I don't have any Sullivan in my stash. No. I don't think you do. So
we don't carry it in the store.
They have DMC on it, so I just converted it to DMC. And when I went to StitchCon, I had bought a little bag of little scraps, and this one fit perfectly.
Wow.
So I think it looks to me like a vintage country mocha, although it's softer, so it might be hand dyed, but it's just a little tiny scrap. So you can see I've got a good start on the sunflower. And what I decided I would do is stitch on this for one day in between my bigger projects. So I started this the day I finished, what you'll see in a little bit, and then I stitched on it a day between Eat Locally and 324. So hopefully this will get another day before the end of the month.
I have trouble doing that. Sometimes I start something and it's like, I'm really enjoying this and I can't stop.
It's pretty small.
Yeah,
it's going to be
small.
quick.
You're going to finish it quickly.
I'll finish it, but
I would be tempted to stay
I can
with
also
it.
go back to it easily.
Yeah.
So that's my new start. And all my whips. Do you have any other whips?
No. Seems like I've been stitching on other stuff.
Yes, you do. The one you showed me. The shop model.
Oh. The Stitchy Pros?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a whip, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And you've definitely worked on it since I saw you last.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
since you showed it last.
I will
Do you have the pattern?
take it.
I
Yeah.
can do this.
Yeah, you do that. I'll take the pattern out. This is a model. I bought the shop model. I bought the pattern at market last year, and I am very close. All I have left to do are these little brown thingies across here, which are pain. But this is the one where the fabric was supposed to be cut 3 inches around each side, which being 10 inches square, which would have made it 16 by 16. And in my infinite wisdom, I cut it 13 by 13. So you can see where on this side I add, no, don't bring it up too close.
Oh, okay.
On this side, I had to add fabric, and down here, I had to add fabric. It really doesn't look too bad from far away. I'm not real happy with the bottom row down here. But once it's framed and it's hanging up on the wall in the store, I don't think anybody will see it because I'll hang it high. But
the benefits of being tall. Put it up high.
But yeah, I'm really close. I just, like I said, I have, there's like 10 or 12 of these things. They're a pain, but yeah. So see across here, I have to do those.
I would love those.
Good, then you can take it home and do it.
Nope.
And so anyway, so that's close to being finished. I can't wait. Because
the fabric is Lugana.
A Stormy Night, maybe?
Vintage Stormy Night, I
think so. I think so. It was what we had in the store. And it's probably in this bag somewhere, but...
Yeah, I think that's 28 or 32 count Vintage Stormy Night.
Yeah. So anyway, it's so close to being finished. I can't wait to get it done.
It'll be finished next time.
Yeah.
Because you're ready to be done with it, too.
Oh, I am.
Yeah, we just said to each other, we're going to take a break on
Except that I have another one that I want to do because it's all words.
Oh, you did pick up another one, didn't you? I haven't picked up another one yet.
Yeah.
Is that all your whips?
Yes.
That's all my whips.
Oh.
I have finished. I actually have 2.
Ooh.
I'm going to show you this one first, though. Speaking of shop models, I am stitching Winterly Sampler by Robin Pickens as a shop model. I absolutely love stitching this. My friend Nancy's stitching it too. Hi, Nancy. And she just finished hers. This is on 28 count antique white Lugana with all the called for DMC colors. Last time you saw it was almost a finish. This time it is a finish.
It's gorgeous. It's so pretty.
So there it is. I'll come in and do up close. You can see the bird, the tree, the mistletoe, pine cone.
And what's my favorite thing to say about this?
Yeah. And the snowflakes, those were fun to stitch.
Yeah.
And you know what? You could do each of these as an individual pillow.
And it's shown on the pattern that way too. See? And I didn't say it this time because I get yelled at. So
I plan to finish this just like the picture, because I think that's good for a shop model when you can finish it like the picture on the pattern. And I went to Backdoor Quilts, and you'll see why in a minute. So that one is done. I debated on this where I would put my initials, and ultimately decided I'm not going to put my initials in the stitching, but I'm going to use one of the project cards that Kim gave us and use that on the back to put all the information in my initials. Also, because it's a shop model, I will still sneak in my initials if I can do it in a sneaky way on a shop model, but this one just felt like there wasn't any sneaky place to put them in.
No.
So really happy with that finish. This was a really fun stitch. I think she has a really nice way with color.
Oh, her color choices are fantastic. It's all
DMC threads, and it's gorgeous. And I love how the pine cones turn out. And each motif, none of them took me more than a couple of days to stitch. So it would be a good one to kind of pick up and put down. If you just say, I want to work on this for a little bit, I'll finish a motif and then I'll pick it up later. So that's my first finish.
Okay. And I have a finish. I have the Tiny Town Patriotic Tiny Town, and the frill. And so what I finished is I had the Tiny Town done, but then the frill is these last three. So I got them done. So now...
now you have a medium town.
Yeah, not a tiny town anymore.
Yeah.
So that's done. And I have several other patriotic towns that I want to work on. I'd love to work on
Tiny
Town. I'd like to work on the Halloween one next. And they also, there's a winter one, Frosty Tiny Town, which I love. I love. So that's my finish.
Are you planning to frame that like you framed a lot of other
I don't know.
seasonal things so you can flip it out?
I would like to. I haven't made a decision yet. I'll have to see.
Okay. My second finish was a fun one.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I subbed a lot of colors for this. I stitched Starry Skies by Cherry Hill Designs. This is on 28 count Fiber on a Whim Sapphire, which I got from my mom. I was going to say borrowed, but she's not getting it back. This was a little bit of a hard fabric to stitch on, but I am absolutely worth every squint and annoyance as I stitched it, because I think it's beautiful on this fabric.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
And I found that my big magnifying light allows you to go from warm to cool. So I just had to adjust the warmth of the light, and that made it a lot easier to stitch on.
I bet.
But here is Starry Skies.
So pretty.
I love this. I don't know how I'm going to finish it. I subbed out a lot of colors because this is one that I decided to go with what I had or what my mom had. And since we just talked about using some of the colors that we had, I think all of these are yours. I used Coffee Bean by Color and Cotton for the trees, and they were perfect. I used Gentle Art Pine for the grass down below. It's really dark, but it shows up better in person. I love this color. Envy by Weeks Dye Works was the trees. And then this was a great kind of white neutral color. It's Cloud. And this one says Crescent Colors, so that tells you how old it was, which is now Classic Colorworks. I don't know if they still have that color. But there's your threads back.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much for the loan of the threads and the gift of the fabric. Yeah. So that's my second finish.
Great.
And that got me down. I'm under 10 whips now, even with that little start on Thankful.
Wow, that's really good.
Okay.
I have an FFO, which I just started, I think, last week. And it was one of those things that I've had this, I brought it up from Houston. I bought it at Stitches and More in Old Spring, which is a town north of Houston. And it's got wonderful selection of shops and everything. And so I know I've had it at least 25 years. And I've been putting it on the sale table at the retreat, and nobody ever bought it. And I thought, I really like this. So anyway, here it is. It's the Trick or Treat
Mill
Hill kit.
Let's see what this was before. Autumn Simple Treasures 2. That tells you how old it is.
And here it is.
1999.
It's all done.
That's really cute.
It's all done. And it's a box. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to paint the box, but
no.
So it's done.
Very cute.
The only thing I did is they had these blue
treats.
things. I don't know whether they were supposed to be stars or what. I didn't like them, so I didn't put them on. No, I didn't put them on. But yeah, I did the whole thing. It's all done.
And this is on perforated paper, and you just glue it to the box.
Yep,
and the box came with the kit,
It was part of the kit, yeah.
Yeah. That's cute. Look, you could fit a bunch of little candy in there.
Yeah, that's what they show.
Oh, is it?
Corn.
Oh, candy corn.
Your favorite kind of candy.
I don't like candy corn. I was going to say, did you miss the middle of that pumpkin? But no, it's not charging.
No, it's like a wreath.
Pumpkin.
It's like a wreath.
It's
the O for trick or treat.
Oh.
So it's a wreath.
Oh. That's cute. Well, speaking of things we bought a long, long time ago, I bought this pattern called Simply Christmas from the Daisy Barrel was it in Dayton?
Yes.
Springfield?
Dayton,
Ohio. We went there a couple of times. It was a great shop. It closed.
it was a fabric shop, a quilt shop, and a cross stitch store.
I didn't
Because we
remember the
went
quilt
there with
shop
our
part of
quilt
it.
bee, and we wandered over into the cross stitch part.
Right.
Remember? That was
Now I do.
that was short. That was before you had kids.
That was when Jenna came with us as a baby.
Oh, was it?
Because I didn't go on those trips until I had kids.
So it was still 18 years
anyway,
ago.
it was a long time
At least
ago.
19 years ago.
So I bought this. I thought it was so pretty. I stitched it. It's all beaded. And I didn't put the star on the tree for about 5 years. And then it sat and I didn't finish it. So this is my finish. This is Jenna's challenge to me. Finish something you've been putting off. So I did a fringed pillow for this. And let me get up close so you can see the beads. You can see the star. I really debated whether or not to make it an ornament.
No.
I still could. I could just put a ribbon on the back, tack it to it, and hang it from a tree. But I kind of like it as a pillow.
It's adorable.
I found ribbon and I put it up, and I just didn't like how it looked. So I think I'm going to keep it as a pillow. And this was on, so I stitched this in 2018. It's one of my older ones. This was on a fabric that a friend gave me. He used to stitch and got out of it and gave me a bunch of old fabric. It looks like some kind of, what was that called? Heatherfield or something like that. Yeah. But it was a very fun one to stitch on. So I have a 6-year-old FFO. I think it took me like 4 years just to stitch the star on the tree. I had that star for so long, you guys.
Oh, Lord.
So that's my first FFO. My second FFO is my friendly gnome that I stitched earlier this year. And I finished him as a flat ornament with some fabric from my stash. Don't look too closely at the corners because I freehanded them and they're not all the same. And then I made the cording, and this is red DMC, and the white was some specialty thread that I found in a bag. I don't even remember what it was, but it has a little bit of sparkle to it. It's a little bit shinier than your average DMC white. So I thought that looked good.
It might be a silk.
It might be.
I think it's a silk.
I don't know, but
it appears to be a silk.
It's a little bit shinier. So that's one of my ornaments that I stitched this year. Actually stitched and finished in 2024.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my second FFO. These are actually out of order.
Yeah.
And my last one.
Oh, he's done. Look at that.
So this is Charmed Dash Away All by Heinzit. I stitched that earlier this year. I think, I finished it earlier this year. This board is from Michael's.
I remember when we bought it.
I'll turn it around and you can see the detail on it if you want to grab that. And I painted it white. I had chalk paint. I painted it. The first coat didn't look great, so I actually went out and I sanded the board because it was still actually really rough on the top. And then I painted it again and it looked pretty good. And then I debated whether I wanted to glue or magnet this on. I don't have anything else right now that fits this size, but I just thought the likelihood would be pretty good. So it's done on magnets.
Look at you.
And this is fabric I've had in my stash forever. And I love it when I find a fabric that works with pattern. And then this, I didn't want to magnet the bow, is Velcro. So if I had something else that I wanted to put on, you wouldn't really see that Velcro.
No, you could use Halloween, you could use Easter, you could use patriotic, anything, any season.
So I'm really happy.
Oh, wow.
I won't tell you how much glue I got on my fingers. Trying to get the magnets lined up in the right place.
Bow. That should have been a challenge.
Thanks. Yeah. So if any of you have really good tips for how to line up a magnet when you're finishing, let me know. But there's my third FFO.
Wow.
And I'm really happy with this one because I stitched it and finished it in the same year.
How long did you have it before you stitched it?
We're not going to talk about that.
She didn't buy it this year. She didn't buy it last year.
We looked at it when I stitched it I don't know.
It's been a
long time.
More than a couple months.
It's probably about as long as I had the other ones that took me 8 years.
Okay.
That's all my stitching.
And so how is that on your FFO challenge? How many do you have now this year? Do you know?
I think that brings me to 15.
Wow.
Yeah, because I think I had 12 before.
I definitely have one.
You finished more this year. You've had
think I
stuff framed.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd have to, maybe I'll bring my list next time.
Yeah.
But I told myself I'm trying, when I have a weekend day that I don't have anything outside of the house, I'm trying to finish one FFO per day.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Even if I don't do it all in that day,
At least get it started.
at least I make good progress on it. So I have one other one that's close, or that's in progress, I'll say.
Wow.
And hopefully I'll have that done for next time. And then I have one I really want to get started on that's Halloween themed, so I'd love to have it finished by Halloween. Should we move on to haul and Happy Mail?
Yeah.
Well, we showed the card for Happy Mail.
Yes, we did.
I bought something that hasn't arrived yet. That I didn't get a receipt on it, so I think I bought it, but I'm not positive. I have to go back and see what happened there. But I went to the back door. As I told you, I bought fabric for a new quilt instead of working on an unfinished quilt top, and I picked up
that's the Robin Pickens.
Robin Pickens fabric for the back, and actually Nancy gets one of these and you'll see her before I do, so I will give you
I'll give it
one of these for her.
Okay.
And then the other one is for me, and I just have to find a white frame now to be able to finish that. I got a big chunk of a white with little specks on it as a background fabric for the quilt I'm going to start. I'll tell you more about that as I get going. And then as I was standing there getting my fabric cut, they had, who's this from? Cottonwood Creations. They had a bunch of her patterns sitting right next to the cutting station. There was a trio of pumpkins, a pumpkin by itself, a fox, and like 2 or 3 others. You guys, they were so cute.
Were they done or just?
Yeah, they were done. Yeah, they were made up.
Okay.
And so I had to have one of them. And I decided I have a lot of pumpkin stuff already. So I got the fox because he's good for fall.
He's good with your camping stuff.
Yes. And then I got the wool to make him.
How cute
So
is that?
there's a little tiny bit of black wool, which I know I have at home, but I got these 2 wools, and the orange one is like textured. It's very cool.
Let me see it.
And she thinks that this is the one they used when they made the
yeah.
store model.
Nice.
He's super cute. So
nice.
one of these days, I might take him to retreat and work on him there.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I like to
He'd
have
be
some
cute.
hand stitching.
Yeah.
So that's my haul.
How does his tail go on? Like over the top?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll find out.
We'll find out. Maybe you sew it closed and then like attach it to the side or the
Yeah,
bottom.
it'd be interesting to see.
I don't know. He's awfully cute though, isn't he? That's my haul.
Well, at retreat, I mentioned that I picked up a pattern off the free table, and of course, right after we finished filming, I found it because it was in my bag. But anyway, this is the pattern I got. You know, gosh, can you imagine me doing something patriotic? I don't know. Imagine that. So that was my free pattern for retreat.
I can collect it.
Oh, okay. And then, well, you know, well, no, first of all, I ordered these handy nets from Superior. I got them through Amazon. You can order directly from Superior, but they only have 6 in a pack. Amazon has 12, and I have Prime, so I didn't pay anything for shipping, and they came in like 20 minutes. And so not really, but so what these things are is like if you have a large spool of thread, you put it over and it holds it onto it.
Yeah.
It's really neat. I don't know if you can see it. It stretches very well. But then the other thing it does is if you're knitting and you have a cake of yarn, you can put it over your yarn cake and it will hold it in place. And so, you know, and when you're pulling out of the middle, it holds it. Yeah, see how it goes on? It's great. So they're not that expensive, and I've used them. And when Jenna was here before she went back to college, she is working on the Weebles, the Wobbles. her thing she's
Woobles.
crocheting. Woobles.
Woobles?
Okay, one of the. Anyway, it's a W
know it.
thing.
Yeah.
And I gave her the last ones I had of those to hold her yarn because she wound some yarn and it worked out perfectly. Oh, she was working on her top.
Yeah.
So I gave her the for that.
Yeah.
So then, of course, you know, I can't help it.
Somebody else showed these recently and said, I haven't stitched any of them, but I keep buying them.
Must be my twin from another mother.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one I really like because I do knit. Okay, I just thought that was really pretty.
I haven't seen that one. Oh,
Yeah.
that is pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
October
Yeah.
House.
And then here's the other one. And I may have to hit up my friend Jane for some wool to do the bottom because I think that's really pretty. And then the other day, I came across this. I really want the Halloween ones, but they don't have it yet. But I got the patriotic. Imagine that.
I think you already have it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I do. And it's a giveaway. And then
Oh, yay! I'm glad you got this.
oh God. Okay. At Stitch Group last week, Karen was working on these, and who was it? I think Lori of the DVM said she'd done 6 of them so far.
They're so
and
cute.
so they're so cute. And so somebody bought it in the store the other day, and I was like, oh, I need to go look, and we had one left. So guess what? So, and they're small. They go very quick.
I like
Karen was working on hers, and it's really quick. And there's a patriotic one in there.
I know. They're all so cute.
Yeah.
I've seen several people stitching these.
So, yeah. And then, of course, I needed floss. And I was at work the other day, and I didn't have any scissors, so I bought another pair of scissors. And then you may remember I did that little Heart and Hand or Lizzie Kate, one of them, the little snowman or deal, and he's with the bird. It's finished. I have to find it. It's somewhere in here, and it needed a snowflake ornament, so I ordered those. The ones on the pattern were silver, and I was hoping they're white.
Oh, they're white.
But I think they'll work. You know, it's fine.
They'll be fine.
And if I have extra, and I know Karen gave the pattern to Kara to give to me because she wouldn't be at Stitch Group. So since I wasn't there, Kara took it home and stitched it and then gave it to me. So if that works, I'll give her the, there's a couple different charms in here, so that'll be fine. So that's my haul. I was not too bad.
No, that's not too bad.
Not too bad.
And you got something I like, so you're not in trouble.
So then I'm allowed. Yeah, I'm not in trouble now. Great.
So last time we had a giveaway of bookmarks from my daughter, and you mixed up the barns.
Yeah.
But
we got that straightened out.
We heard from Karen is the person who sent the kit to Jenna, and she won one of them, so it's very fun. We have not heard from AG whether was one. I think that's Anne. So if you're watching and you see this, please get in touch with us. 2tallstitchers@gmail.com. If we don't hear from her, we'll draw again at our next episode.
Yeah.
And in celebration of, I don't think we said this at the beginning, it's our 60th episode. We are going to do some stitching related giveaways today.
We're going to do a little Pass the Stash.
Yes. This is a combination of things that we have stitched that came out of our stash that we're not going to stitch, or that people have shared with us. Do you want to do words or do you want to do numbers? Words are fun.
Words, do words. Because then you guys always put it in a sentence.
Yes.
Love that.
So the first one, and this will be the only one that's limited to US only. This has some weight to it. This is going to be the purple set. So use the word purple if you would like this one. It's a Sam Sarah flower sampler, a Foxberry Cottage flower. That one is kitted with Ada and thread, and Dream Big, which I did stitch, but the leftover silk is in there, so you will get that as well. So if you're interested in that set, use the word purple. The next one is a set of Halloween patterns. So you're going to use the word pumpkin, and this includes Calvin and Clyde, Tales of Haunted Hallow, Halloween Tree, And cross stitch light for fall. This one's coming out of the stash from a long time ago.
Yes, it will.
You're going to use the word pumpkin for that set.
And that we will mail anywhere.
Yes. The rest of them will mail anywhere. The next one is a hands-on design set. So you'll use, keep it clean, the word hands with an S. You'll get sleep under the stars, follow the stars and find your safe harbor, and where liberty dwells. The next one is a Lizzie Kate set, and Lizzie will be the word, L-I-Z-Z-I-E. This is the winter ABC snippet, a little stitch, and hip hop. And these two were originally kits. We have stitched them, so there's just the pattern in them. The next one is a quilting bundle. We know we have quilters and stitchers, but if you like to stitch quilting, this is the bundle for you. You will use the word quilt, just one. You'll get Sue Hillis, Happy Quilting, Imaginating, Quilts and Friends, and Stitch World X Stitch Quilts for Sale. It's a pretty full coverage piece. So use the word quilt for that one. And then the last set is a winter set, and we'll use the word snow because we love snow. You'll get Heart in Hand, Let It Snow, the Blue Flower, Winter Blooms, and Dragon Dreams, Winter Wonder. So please use the keywords if you would like to win these. Please be a subscriber, like the video, and you obviously have to leave a comment.
And don't use the words free, giveaway, any of those that attract the trolls, because as you remember, somebody did get in one time and notified several people that they had won, and they were like, oh, I'm so excited, and we're like, no, you didn't win, sorry.
So just as we've always done, we will announce in our next video who the winners are, and we'll show the picture of your comment, and that's how you know you
We
won.
will not contact you by email or
Correct.
through Instagram or anything else.
Yep.
So.
Great.
Yeah.
You have some
I was gonna show you. Hang on.
quilting
And embroidery.
I have been doing some sewing, but I don't have anything to share yet. I've been working on costumes for the High School Musical. We're converting over the Munchkin costumes from last year to be octopus, I think, for SpongeBob SquarePants this year. I don't know. I'm just putting really sparkly fabric in what used to be green rose.
She said they're huge and she was going to bring them and we could both wear them.
Wear them, yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, I've done a little embroidery this month. Jenna is the princess is working on her play, and I don't know if you can see but she asked me to make a couple of coasters for, I don't know if it's the director or somebody, but she's going to give them out on opening night, which is Wednesday, and they should have arrived the day before yesterday too. They should have arrived on Thursday, and as of now she doesn't have them yet, so I'm hoping, and I mailed them in the post
Hopefully
office.
they'll come Monday.
Hopefully they'll come.
Yeah.
And then I think some of you may have seen, I decided I really hadn't been knitting, and somebody asked if I had, so I started a pair of socks, and I'm working on the heel right now. But
those are really pretty.
Yeah, there's yarn all over the place. And I saw this yarn. It's from Simply Socks, and it's called, I actually have the tag in here. It's called Signature Sparkle 4-ply by West Yorkshire Spinners. And
you want to show? Here, let's show that.
And I like it so much that I have bought it twice. So obviously I will be doing something else because I don't use an entire skein for a pair of socks. Maybe I'll make you a pair of socks.
I would enjoy a pair of socks.
Okay, so that's that. And then, you know, the stuff that was in the crib. Well, this was a gift from my son and daughter-in-law.
This wasn't in the crib. You finished this one recently.
Oh, no, I worked on it.
You
That's
worked
right.
on
It
it
wasn't
at
in
a
the crib.
retreat.
I worked on it at a retreat. It was a gift from my son and his family. And
a Christmas gift
a couple of years ago. And so it's done. I'm really pleased with it. It's really pretty. And Pam quilted it. It's got some really pretty quilting things in it, snowflakes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So I have another one. This is like the 6th or 7th one I finished
know,
recently. It's ridiculous.
A lot of
It's
tops
great.
have been finished, but you
Yes.
actually finished that
That
top.
that was I started in when did we go? August? I think we went in August or July.
I don't remember.
But anyway, and it's the end of the year and it's done before
June,
the end of the
maybe.
Yeah. May. Oh, May. We went in May. Whatever. But anyway, it's less than 6 months.
Yeah. Great.
So that's kind of exciting. Crazy. Insane.
Good.
Insane.
What are your plans over the next few weeks?
I don't
What are
know.
your crafty plans?
My crafty
and
plans?
then we'll go to other plans.
Well, I want to finish up the Cardinal Promise for the store. I want to get that done because, like I said, I have another one I want to do. And then I have a bunch of mine that I really want to work on because I have so many. And I have a wall hanging that my daughter-in-law bought the kit and I told her I would make it. And we need to talk about that before you leave today. And then I have two that Pam quilted for me that are, one is from our challenge for the retreat, which I have to finish and you'll take up with you.
Yes.
And then the other one is for my daughter-in-law because it's snowmen and you'll see that.
Yeah.
Because she's as crazy as I am about snowmen, but she doesn't have them on her stairs. And then I'm trying to think what else. Well, I'd like to work on my socks. I could always go back and work on my cowl that I'm not speaking to right now and the sweater that I haven't finished yet. But a nice lady came in the store and she has taught knitting and she said I could talk to her and she would help me.
Help you.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I'm excited about
That
that.
would be nice.
And yeah, just general stuff. You know, the dog is shedding like crazy, but I've been making my husband vacuum. So he's vacuuming, and she was in the bathroom today. She was hiding. She was when he was in the bedroom.
She doesn't like loud noises.
Yeah, she doesn't like loud noises, and so she was trying to get away from the vacuum cleaner. But that's okay because it looks a lot better right now than it did. So I mean, there's just always stuff to work on.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's new stuff, and sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot I had that. And today I just sewed her my biscornu. That's been finished stitching for a while. I said I really need to finish that, and she said, well, you just need to do it. So we'll see if I do it.
If she just doesn't.
You never know. I might shock everybody and do it. So so that's pretty much it.
I have one more costume to finish, and those will go back hopefully tomorrow or by midweek, and then I might get some more costumes. I did think if I do this really fast, then she's going to send me more, but that's okay. I'm happy to help support the high school theater program. They've done a lot for our family. Yep. So I'm going to finish that. I have a quilt loaded on the frame that I just need to put the batting in. I'd like to get that quilted so I can take it to retreat and bind it there. And I need to start prepping for retreat. I don't have a real good idea of what I want to take with me. So the retreat comes up in the middle of October. You're going to stay home this year with Dad. And I'm still going to go. And I'm sure we'll FaceTime a lot. And we'll miss you. But you'll be sewing at home.
I'll miss dinner. I'll miss that.
Yeah, she'll miss her Bob Indy pie.
That'll be.
But that's not yet. I think that'll be after we film.
Yeah, we'll film.
Yeah, I think between now and then, I will be doing college visits with my son. So we spend a lot of time in October visiting schools before he decides where he's going to apply. So I'll tell you more. If he's going to apply. He will. Okay. He will. I'll tell you more about that when we get back.
Well, we talked to him taking a gap year, but you never know.
No, he's not interested. He's interested in being on his own.
And yes.
Yeah. So I think that's everything for today. What's a question for next time? Do you want to ask them our next question?
We want to know where you sit to stitch. What's your most comfortable place? Some people stitch on their bed. Some people have a special chair. Some people sit on the couch. Some like to stitch outside.
Some stitch in their sewing room in front of their machine.
And just tell us, where do you stitch? Do you like to, when you go on vacation, do you sit out on the beach with your stitching? Or, we have my son and his family are all coming for Thanksgiving, and Jennifer's talking about maybe before they get here, my oldest grandson will be here, going out to one of the state parks and doing some hiking, and they have a lodge. So I thought, oh, that would be fun to go out there with them. I'm not hikeable these days, but I would love to go out there and even just sit in the lodge and stitch. And would be a different location.
If it's a nice day, they might still have the rocking chairs out. You could sit
Oh,
in the
that would
rocking
be
chair
fun.
outside
And
if it's
rock.
not too cool.
Yeah.
So tell us where you sit to stitch.
Yeah.
You can finish us. I'm not good at closing, so you can close us.
Okay. Much better at opening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming back if you have returned, and thank you if you're new. We hope that you'll stay around. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It does something to our dynamics. I don't know what it does. She'll explain that someday. But anyway, you can reach us at twotallstitchers@gmail.com. Jennifer is on Instagram at Jen Quilter. I am at Grand Stitches. And we hope to see you in 3 weeks and have fun stitching, crafting, doing whatever you do. And have some wine while you're at it. Have a good week.
Bye.